Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 33 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. Where last we left off, we had a difficult decision to make. Do we remain at Vandy for a seventh season or do we leave? And as you can see, we chose to jump ship, as it were. We are the new head coach at Utah in the Pac-10, coming off one of their best seasons, 9-4 with a bowl win. They finished ranked 23rd in the country. Fairly impressive. When we sort of went through the job last episode, one of the things we talked about was quite simply we didn't really have a path to winning the SEC at Vandy. We really could only afford one loss in the SEC a season. We're in a division with Bama, Auburn, Georgia, not to mention our rivals, Tennessee, South Carolina there as well. It was just not a fun time. Realignment kind of screwed us a little bit, but it is what it is. I think we gave it our best shot many times over and decided to leave for Utah, who currently sit in the Pac 10, and they are in a division with San Diego State, USF, Arizona, Arizona State, and Air Force. In my opinion, pretty, I'm not going to say easy division because, San Diego State's a good team. Looks like USF is doing well, but we should be winning this division. We don't have to worry about Washington. We don't have to worry about Oregon. Fresno State, who always seems to dominate the Mountain West, and then wherever they get realigned to, they just implode, which is kind of a shame. If you've watched my previous coach career series, you'll know that Fresno State can become the greatest team in the country if you're there long enough. So, to that end, we find ourselves in Utah for the transfer portal. I went through the outgoing players last episode, so I'm not really going to recap all that. The long and short of it is we need a lot of help. We have 13 scholarship spots open. I had to burn 8 integrity to revoke offers and NIL deals to various recruits. So that kind of hurt me emotionally, but it is done. We are now sitting pretty at 92 integrity. Really quick inside baseball. This is the second time I've done this. We looks like OBS, I guess, is having some issues with their nearest update. Hence why I tried to stream and record this yesterday, and OBS just simply was not functioning whatsoever. So here's hoping we have more success today. So, without further ado, let's take a quick lightning look at our team before the transfer portal. I'll give you the very, very simple TLDR. Our offense is terrible. Our starting quarterback for this season is Ron Patrick. He has not thrown a single pass in college. He has D potential and, is kind of a jack of all trade, master of none, mid, low 80s in all of his passing stats. He does have D potential, so the odds that any of these hit 90 are very slim, but it could happen. He's our QB for next season. Running back, I have one guy, Jeffrey Montgomery. He is just your classic power back, never going to catch a ball, not particularly quick, but 91 strength, 93 ball carrier vision. That'll get you through the day. And then a plethora of backups that played a decent amount last season. Derek Combs, redshirt freshman, did pretty good, but his potential is poor. Rodney Butler wants to be a star. He has better potential, so we'll see. Next year, running back might be a bit of a mismatch. Wide receiver is our best offensive position. 4 guys with 80 over higher overall. couple really good potentials up top, and then Everett Ryan with F minus potential, which means there's a non-zero chance he just gets multiple minus ratings and is going to be very sad. Tight end doesn't really matter in the air raid offense, but we have a really good starting tight end, Jeremiah Cordova, 86 catching, 85 strength. That'll play. A plus potential backup. Pretty good, all things considered. Offensive line. There is zero easy way to say this. We're doomed. There's nothing really to hang your hat on with this offensive line. Only about 5 of these guys contributed last season. All of them allowed multiple sacks. I think the 2 best guys in terms of production were Jace Logan, who is your classic run first offensive lineman. However, his strength is poor. His pass block is even worse. But his production last year wasn't terrible. And then a true freshman who thankfully the AI only played in 4 games. So he got his red shirt. In Brandon Nelson, a potential mid-60s in all his numbers. Probably doesn't play next year, but as a redshirt sophomore, odds are he's going to take a starting job and just run with it. We do have a kicker, Shane Carr, who is just more accurate than he is powerful. So something to keep an eye on. Last season with Utah, he only missed 2 medium kicks, but he was 0 for 4 long. So suffice to say, we will not be attempting anything longer than probably like 45, 46 yards. Defensive line, we have Luke Ojeda, who I famously promised that he'd win Defensive Player of the Year. Whether he does is irrelevant. My integrity is high enough. I can tank it even if he doesn't. I want this guy for another year. An interesting player, though, Elvin Ivy, true freshman, played 10 games, had 28 tackles, 8 for a loss, 4 sacks, and 14 pressures. None of his numbers really pop out. He's just your, my strength is great. My tackling is great. His block shedding, though, is pretty low to 68. My plan for next year, and you'll see this at the transfer portal, is I am just going to go shotgun spread, throw a bunch of defensive linemen with high potential out there. And in 1-2 years, I will have the greatest D-line in the Pac-10. Next year, though, it's probably going to be ugly. Linebacker, on balance, I think our best defensive position. We have lots of mid-high 70 potential guys. Interestingly enough, a lot of pass coverage linebackers. Xavier De La Cruz, mid-70s in both. Roman Bowman, low 70s. Kimbrough, mid-70s. Emilio McClendon is not a pass coverage guy. But, that is something to keep in mind, especially since our last season at Vandy, we kind of transitioned into more of a man coverage game. Might be something we do here. Corner, I'm going to be honest. There's 2 corners I like. Michael Mills, really good man coverage, speedy, quick. And Gavin Douglas, good man, good speed, terrible IQ. William Archer isn't really good. Like the 89 speed, you're like, sweet, but he can't tackle. His pursuit's poor. He's very weak. Could become an issue. And then the rest are just true freshmen and redshirt freshmen. So corner could be a position where we get burned a lot. Safeties, we have Humberto Hargrove. Very good coverage safety. However, he played in 12 games and only had 1 tackle. Annoyingly, I can't see snap percentage when you come to a new team. That just is what it is. He was targeted 4 times and didn't allow a catch, which is nice, but only 1 tackle is fairly suspect. So that's our team. I think defensively, next year might be a little rough. but future years will be really, really good because we got a lot of high potential guys. Offensively, I think we're in deep trouble. Let's talk recruiting. As I said before, we have 13 scholarship spots open. Of those 13, there are 2 recruits that, did not sign for Utah in the recruiting period. Firstly is 2-star D lineman Ibrahim Cobb. He is here. I'll throw a scout his way. Hey, he's a hidden gem. He is here solely for his potential. Let's not beat around the bush. He's not very strong, not a good tackler. His IQ is terrible. B plus potential. Maybe he turns into something. And then 2-star quarterback Sebastian Grant, similar B plus potential. Hopefully the IQ isn't in the 50s, but it probably is. Maybe he turns into a good backup, but these are just guys that I think might as well take a shot at. Very low risk, probably low reward also. So that's 2 of our spots. That leaves room for 11 transfers, which is way more than I usually like going for. However, did you see my team? So, first things first, I'm going after an entire new offensive line. First up is Ruben Best, redshirt junior, 3-year starter at Boise State. Unfortunately, as you can see, he allowed 15 sacks last season, which is one of the bigger numbers I've ever seen. Um, I don't really know what to make of that. My hope is his pass block goes up by like 8 and I don't have to worry about it. But it is something to keep in mind. He does have A minus potential. So hopefully one more good offseason gain. He has had essentially 2 season ending injuries in back to back seasons. So there is that. Jalen Harmon, those who watched the past couple episodes of me at Vandy, I recruited him to Vandy, redshirted him his first JUCO year, and the AI, I guess, made 0 effort to retain him. So I'm trying to bring him over with me to Utah. Very well-rounded O lineman, B plus potential. Effectively going to be a redshirt junior next year. I think he'd be a really good get, help stabilize that O line. And then the third O lineman is Royce Bell, also played for me at Vandy last year, very much of a depth option. And, he wasn't good enough to play on my Vandy O line. He is certainly good enough to play in my Utah one. 84 strength, 85 pass block. That'll get you a long way. And then on the flip side, defensive line, Jaden Crum, redshirt sophomore, barely played at Air Force. Did have 8 tackles and 2 tackles for loss in 4 games last year. That's not nothing. But, he is mid 80s in the Holy Trinity. 89 block shed is awesome. Potential of a B minus, could be better, could be worse. But I think if his IQ improves, he'll become a really good D lineman for us and probably be our second D lineman if we're being honest. Reese Glover, I am, benefiting from teams like Ohio State having too many riches than they know to deal with. OSU paid this guy $1.37 million, effectively redshirted him for the whole season, and just let him walk. I don't quite know why, because he doesn't want to be a star. He doesn't care about winning. But, what can you do? He has 88 strength, 80 tackling. Block shed of a 74 is not great. However, he's going to be a redshirt freshman. He'll only get better. He is also a 5-star. That's not nothing in terms of transfer rankings. So I think those are my 5 fix it immediately. 2 top 3 D linemen, 3 probably top 5 O linemen, put him in the depth chart, lock him in. Now let's talk running back. John Lane, essentially redshirted at A&M. He got 1 carry and got 1 yard. Nothing doing. Firstly, let's get the obvious out of the way. He is a receiving back that is both not quick and not very strong. There is that. However, he has 89 evasion, 85 ball carrier vision, A+ potential, just a big selling point. Receiving back, that is what it is. I have long time said that this game just doesn't know how to handle receiving backs and simming. But I think the evasion's good enough where he'll be able to get me the long runs that we need. I already have a power back as a number 1, so I think he would be a good lightning thunder 1-2 punch there. And then the rest of the transfers are just high potential guys to try to improve the back end of my depth chart. Corner John Farmer, redshirted at LSU. He's more of a zone guy, which I think we need. We have a lot of man coverage. Corners need a zone guy. A- potential. Decent chance he plays as a redshirt freshman. Ricardo Norris, similar idea. Redshirted at Nevada. B+ potential. Maybe, he turns into something, maybe not. F- durability is a little terrifying. Nathan Kramer, redshirted at Arkansas State. And if you look at his numbers, they might be the worst you've ever seen. I acknowledge that truth. However, he's got A- potential. He probably won't play for like 2, maybe even 3 years, if we're being honest. So he has some time to turn into an actual football player. Levi Van is an interesting one. He's going to be a redshirt sophomore. His strength of a 70 is whatever. However, his run block's a 57, his pass block's a 59. If at any point Levi plays next season, either something has gone horribly wrong and 4 offensive linemen are injured, or he's had the greatest offseason gain any of us have ever seen. Obviously, we'd prefer the latter. So trying to get him in the building. And then the final transfer is Kyler Malik, who redshirted at Missouri State, one of the worst teams in the country. Good tackling, good block shed, good pursuit. He's not strong, he's not quick, but he has a potential. So you can split my 11 transfers into 2 groups. The top 6 are guys that are either going to start immediately or be top backups, decent potential all around, help our team. Bottom 5 are really high potential guys that are going to be redshirt freshmen, redshirt sophomores, who we are banking on their future. As a point of order, I have spent every cent of NIL because stupidly the AI just gave away $5.6 million to recruits. I don't want to talk about it. In terms of points ahead and who we are pretty confident we're going to get, everyone from probably Ricardo Norris up in this list, which includes, 5 of my starting comrades, I think we're going to get. Everyone below it, we may just simply run out of steam and get sniped by some of these other teams. We'll see how it all shakes out in NIL. Let me make sure my priority order is correct. It is not. Good thing I checked. Though I doubt it'll matter because I'm only going after 13 anyway. All right, there we go. All right, so let us advance the week and see where we sit in a lot of these battles. If I get outbid by New Mexico State, I won't be able to recover. Oh boy. Yeah, Kentucky offered Harmon more money than I could. That's a shame. Yeah. All right. So we're not going to get Nathan Kramer, which honestly is fine. Odds are we're not going to get John Farmer either, which is hurtful. I'm really going to get out sniped by New Mexico State. That's rough. I think Harmon, we have a chance. We just have to bank that Kentucky is effectively run out of money. Everyone else, I think, as long as we give the best pitch we can, we should be okay. I think what I'll do instead, really quick, I'm debating if it's worth it to lose two more integrity to get $500,000 in NIL back. How much did John Farmer care about NIL? A lot. I'm going to revoke the offer on Kramer. I'm going to lose another integrity. I'm bleeding integrity right now. And then 490, that's still the best. 419. It's 1 point better. All right, let me then put that 200,000 into John Farmer. That gets me a 664. So New Mexico State would have to make up about 370. And the interest in Farmer just isn't interested in playing football ever again, which, fair enough. I think we'll do that. And now, since I'll have an open scholarship spot, let me see if there's any recruits that I could still get. And his catching is a D plus. I could go for Saul Maddox, the JUCO, but yeah, I mean, let's go for Christian Bullock. He's not the worst wide receiver I've ever seen. I mean, everything's mid 60s, C plus potential. Let's get him in there. And then there's John Lane. Let's up his pitch. All right, cool. Okay. So I think in terms of points ahead, we should be okay unless some of these teams have more NIL in the bank, which could be true, but I usually doubt it. There is a chance that Arizona State snipes us on Glover because they're only 651 behind. So we'll see. But this is the downside of coming to a new school where the AI just destroyed recruiting. All right, let's advance to signing day. See who we got. First things first, Jalen Harmon. Is he joining me from Vanderbilt to Utah? Nope, Kentucky. We lost out on him by 108 points. That's very annoying. But I mean, they offered more money. I think the crux of this is very simple. We just ran out of money for a lot of these guys. All right. Is Royce Bell joining me from Vandy? Yes, he is. Yeah, no other team really got close, so he's going to slide in. He'll only play for me for 1 year, but he'll really help out the top of my O-line. All right, Reese Glover, the 5-star redshirt freshman. I knew it. Arizona State sniped him. Yep, they offered $1 million. That sucks. It's also especially annoying because had the AI not given away over 5 million to a not so great recruiting class, like Glover would be ours, Harmon would probably be ours. But that is what it is. All right, Ruben West. Yeah, that was never going to be a fight. So we get both West and Bell. Crum, yeah, Crum was never close. So unfortunately, we didn't get the top O lineman and D lineman we wanted, but we got the next best thing. Now, if we get sniped on John Lane, I can't be held responsible for what I said. Whoo, we're okay. All right, so we get John Lane. That's our backup running back secured. Very good. All right, high potential guys. Let's just go through them. We get John Farmer by 55 points. Wow. Yep. Good thing we reinvested that money. Norris, we get by 181. We get Malik by 85. New Mexico State, I might be their least favorite coach in the country. All right. And then these 3 guys we get. So, good news is we only missed on 2 guys. Bad news is, Reese Glover was probably the guy I wanted the most. Jalen Harmon, very good O lineman. No dice. Though it is good that we got all of our high potential guys down here. So that's the recruiting class. 2 4-stars, one of which was a transfer, 18,362. So our recruiting ranking is going to be miserable. For the recruiting class that I committed to Vandy, by the way, came in at 35. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Well, have fun at Vandy, guys. They transferred in a safety. I don't know why. They transferred in a tight end. Again, don't know why. Ah, he's pretty good. And their transfer can blow me away. Where are we on this beautiful list? 82. Very good. We're 82 nationally. In the Pac-10, we are last. Thank you, AI. I missed out on 2 top transfers so that the AI could have the worst recruiting class in the Pac-10. Yeah, that tracks. All right. Good news is we are now at 6 prestige due to last season's success. So NIL, we are maxing out. Coaching staff will pay our debts. All right, we have a 5 stadium, 6 facility, 10 life, 8 marketing, 10 academics. 10 academics is fine. Marketing, I'll get that back up to 9. College life, I want that up to 11 because that gets us an A bonus. And NIL is king. Facilities to 7. That leaves me with 23 million. We're putting it all in this. Oh, we're short by like pennies. Yeah, I'm short by like 200,000. All right, hold on. We'll go reset marketing. Let me get stadium to 7. And then, yeah, marketing can stay at 8, and I'll just put the surplus into facilities. think that's my move because we need max NIL. Like, especially if my goal is to win the Pac-10, in the first couple years, I think we need NIL. So stadium facilities, college life move up, marketing stays the same, academics drops. Our school level improves. Very good. How did the AI do? Hey, they went 5 for 5 on donor goals. Good for them. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's advance to the booster updates. See what we got. I actually didn't check. I hope I can keep my 2 diamonds. Okay. So we lose out a gold donor because he is dead. We salute Chris Barton for his service. And we get 2 incoming boosters, both gold. So we now have 2 diamond, 3 gold, and a bronze. That's pretty good for a Pac-10 school. I'll take that and like it. All right, realignment. I'm not touching anything, obviously. I think the divisions in the Pac-10 are pretty well balanced. Like USF has just had an amazing save. That's why their prestige is so good. God, seeing Fresno State as a 3 is just depressing. Makes me sad. Also, Ole Miss and Kentucky being in the American might be the saddest thing to ever happen in realignment. Or Texas Tech in the MAC. That might also be up there. All right, let's go to schedule configuration. All right, very simple. We need money. OSU week 1 away, done. Oh boy. Okay. So, all right, in terms of conference games, we face Fresno State, Stanford on the road, Cal at home. We have to play at Washington. Oh God, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. So we're not scheduling San Jose State, obviously, but I do want that to be a home game. Let's try to get that like a even prestige. Temple could be fun. Any sevens want to play? Wake Forest, USC. Let's go. Let's do Temple. So Temple will be week 11. Tulane at home week 6. Actually, I think I'd rather do a road game that week. We could play LSU. They've not had a very good save. Or lose $1 million to play a 5. Minnesota in the Mountain West. No comment. Let's play Miami. So at OSU week 1 is terrifying. I mean, if our goal is to make a bowl game, we need 6 wins out of this 12. It's a pretty difficult out of conference, but I mean, if I'm playing Miami, the OSU only nets me 2 million. Or rather, OSU gets me 2, but I lose 1 from Miami anyway. So I think rather make more financial sense to go on the road and play like a 7. Or but it's not worth it to cancel out the 2. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going at Texas on the road week 6, and we are going to start a home and home with one of the 9s. Let us do, I'm not doing any of the SEC schools. I played them enough. So Wisconsin, Penn State, JMU. Let's do JMU. This way, that gets me 1 million. Like, if we're treating week 1 like a guaranteed loss, then I need that week 6 game to be insanely winnable if I'm only going to make 1 million anyway. And then Temple is nothing. All right, I think that's a good schedule. I think this 5-game stretch, Fresno State, Stanford, Zona, Cal, Texas. I think if we go 4-1 in this stretch, I'm a very happy man. And I like going on the road to JMU, the constant powerhouse. All right, no changes to the settings. Let us advance to 2038 and our first year at Utah. But first, position changes. All right. Position changes. I don't think I wanted to move anyone outside of. I think D line, I'm just committed to the kids. The redshirt freshmen, the redshirt sophomores. I think I'm committed. Linebacker, I can't really afford to move anyone because guys like Moya and Wright don't have great potential. Corner, I mean, Hargrove is a really good coverage safety who can kind of tackle. Caleb Taylor can't tackle, but he's great in coverage. Yeah, I don't really think I should move any of them. Our corner group could be terrifying. All right, let's advance to off-season gains. I think we have a lot of high potential guys that are going to be redshirt freshmen, sophomores. That if we get good gains for them, I cannot speak. Our team outlook is going to be so much better. I think if our guys lose some potential and don't get good gains, we're in serious trouble. And it's kind of funny that this advancing week always just slows the game to a grinding halt. Maybe I'll get lucky and our starting quarterback will no longer have D potential. And I'll see like a +5 up to a C. Well, I was correct that Iran would no longer have D potential. Oh, God, it just went the other direction. Oh my God, he got worse. He, like, oh, good. Like, +5 IQ is nice, but his accuracy didn't change and his arm strength got worse. Not to mention his potential got worse. Like, yeah, we're gonna need a new starting QB for 2039. Like Patrick, if he's not just a 1-year starter, we're in trouble. Like Lucas Duke, his potential dropped from a B minus to a C. Blake Mann, sure, his potential got better, but his passing ability didn't improve. Sebastian Grant, his IQ got worse and his potential got worse. We are in trouble, folks. We are in trouble. All right, running back. Oh, yeah. Jeffrey Montgomery got a little bit quicker, better ball skills. Oh, speed of an 84. Yeah, that's our 1-2 punch. And then I think Sage Cheney, I'm going to redshirt and play either Derek Combs or Rodney Butler at that 3 spot. Probably Rodney Butler because he's more athletic. Ooh, Jackson Fletcher got better potential. All right. Wide receiver. Pretty good. Not too shabby. Everett Ryan's F minus potential stayed at an F minus. You can't even let me have that, can you, game? Yeah, pretty good overall. I think there's a decent drop off once we get past like 5. Because Jenkins is a decent catcher, but he's slow. McCullough cannot catch a football. Dalton can't catch a football. Clearly, Utah's AI just did not prioritize catching when it came to wide receiver. Tight end, I don't really care about, but we're looking really good. Cordova, much better blocker. Brock Turner's looking solid. All right, O-line. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Royce Bell is our best O-lineman. Oh, boy. Hey, remember when I said Jace Logan was, one of the good guys to look out for, and then he got only +1 and got worse? Yeah, we can strike that from the record. I mean, a lot of +7s. The high potential guys like Levi Van got a lot better. The guy got a +6 run block, and it's still only a 63. Yep, the high potential guys did really well. That's good. I think our O line this year is still going to look a little rough. I might, in all honesty, play one of the kids. We'll see. That's pretty good. Royce Bell is now our best O lineman. Ruben West looks pretty good also. We take those. Kicker. Well, he got slightly more accurate. No real notes there. All right, D-line. Yeah. Elvin Ivy, who played as a true freshman, +6, +11 strength. His block shed didn't move. Why do you do this to me, game? It stays as a 68. Yeah, we're gonna be our front seven. Our front seven is gonna be pretty poor. But that's okay. Kyler Malik stayed at A potential. That's huge. Ibrahim Khan did not stay at B plus. That's a little rough. But yeah, Ivy's gonna play. Man, we really could have used another D lineman in the transfer portal. All right, yeah. Oh, we're in so much trouble in the front seven department. I mean, our pass coverage guys became much better tacklers, which is good. However, I think linebacker in terms of succession, we're in a bit of trouble. Montero just went from A minus potential to a B. Liam Rice from a B minus to a C. That is not great. Hashtag analysis. I'm definitely going to only play with 5. I wish Jamie Pryor was bigger and stronger. I'd move him to D line in a heartbeat. But yeah, I mean, the downside of having a lot of pass coverage linebackers is, if they start getting torched, you have nothing to hang your hat on. Corner. Oh, no. Okay. John Farmer stayed at an A minus. That's really good. That's something we wanted to see. However, Nathaniel Bond, Porter Landry, Aiden Reeves, Andrew Collier, and Gail Wise all got worse potentially. Yep. Yep. If any of Michael Mills, Gavin Douglas, or William Archer get injured, we're doomed. It just really is that simple. I might play with 5 corners. All right, safety. Oh, now we're talking. Hargrove +7. He is now a giant. Very good. All right. I mean, overall, the disappointment of our starting QB getting arguably worse just puts a cloud on a lot of this. But I think if we don't ask him to throw the ball 35 times a game, we'll be okay. But we don't really have the run game to run it a bajillion times. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jeffrey Montgomery is awesome. He's definitely getting 150 carries. All right, let's advance to game plan install. So I kept Derek Thomas as my OC. He joined me from Vandy. So nothing is changing there. Then Jaden Lester is our new defensive coordinator. I think I am going to oh boy. I'm going to keep it a 3-4. My argument being is if we're going to end up calling a lot of zone, I would rather have all of my pass coverage linebackers out there. Or not all of them, but as many of them as I can. Next year, though, we might flip it. We'll see. Okay. And now, my favorite part. Depth chart. This is gonna be grim. I might have the smallest defensive rotation I've ever had. Like it might be 5, 5, and 5. All right, let's go through depth chart. So QB is obvious. Patrick is the starter. And then both Sebastian Grant and Blake Mann can redshirt. I think nothing about Patrick is going to be awe-inspiring, but we could do a lot worse. That's just what I'm going to say. Sage Chaney, I'm going to redshirt. He appeared in 6 games as a true freshman, got 2 touchdowns, but was otherwise terrible. So I have no interest in him being a third running back. So we might as well redshirt him. And then for our third back, I think my problem with Combs is like he's not very strong. He's not quick at all. I think I'd rather put Butler out there and see what happens. And then Combs is going to be the depth, and then Jackson Fletcher behind him. Wide receiver. So, first things first, do I think it's worth it to redshirt Elias Byers? To which I think the answer is no. He was 100 speed, 80 set. Nah, he's playing. Okay. So, we're only redshirting 2 guys. So, we're going to have a pretty deep wide receiver group. Who do I want as number 1? I'm a little hesitant to put Everett Ryan as number 1. He has the worst catching out of anyone in my top 5. I'm going to drop him down one. Yeah. I think Lucas Copeland is going to be my number one. Ryan is two. Then Conway three. Byers, I think, sticks at four. McNeil five. And now the question is, how much do I care that McCullough's speed is a 94? And I think the answer is not much. His catching's a 68. Yeah. We're just going to throw Dylan Jenkins out there and hope his slow speed doesn't come back to haunt us. God, the AI gave this guy $500,000. All right, tight end, we're only going to two. Cordova one, Tucker two. Pretty simple. Okay, offensive line. This is going to get ugly really quick. So let's redshirt all of our boys down there. Okay. So here's my issue. I have three good pass blockers in the entire group. Royce Bell with a 91, Israel Byers with an 86, and then Braden Vincent with an 85. However, of those three, Byers has terrible strength. Vincent is a terrible run blocker. So I think Bell is number one, which means he goes from never or barely playing for me at Vandy to my number one O lineman at Utah. We're just going to let that sink in. I think West is two. 90 run block. He needs to be out there. I think Byers is three. I mean, the problem with Maximilian Dennis is sure he's strong, but he can't run block, and his pass block is barely even better. I think I'm going to put Vincent at four. I might regret that. We'll see. Dennis at five. Barrett is six. Mills at seven. Logan at eight. That means I am playing the seniors over guys like Nelson and Van. Nelson, yeah, he only appeared in 4 games, 2 pancakes. Then Van obviously is the transfer. But yeah, I mean, I can't put them out there. I think if we have a single O-line injury, we drop the rotation to 7. D-line, okay. First things first, 5-man D-line. Let's just get that out of the way. Redshirt the kids. All right, Ojeda 1, obviously. Crum 2, yes. I mean, Ivy is stronger than Crowley. He's much better tackler, but yeah, I mean, he can't shed a block. His IQ is a 60. Yeah, he can be 4. And so do I want Gibbs or do I want Harrell for that 5 spot? Both options terrify me. Gibbs last year appeared in 2 games, 3 tackle. Harrell did not play. Or no, he did. I'm looking at the wrong year. I think I'm going to go with Harrell. He's a bit stronger, much better tackler. I am losing Ted Blockshed, but I think it's worth it. But yeah, oh boy. Oh God, linebacker's even worse. Why did I look? I might play Demarion Montero as a true freshman. Nah, I'm not doing that. He can redshirt. Yeah, we're dropping to 5 linebackers, obviously. Okay. So Bowen 1, De La Cruz 2. And then I think I'm going to go McClendon 3. My argument being I have my two. I have two good zone coverage guys at 1 and 2. McClendon can come in and be the really good block shedding tackler that I need him to be. Corb Kimbrough is 4. And then it's just depressing. Yeah. Like either I go Moya, who can tackle and he's decently strong, or I go Wright, who is more well rounded, but not strong. A little better in coverage, better IQ. Or we go Jamie Pryor. I think honestly, Moya is last. Which is a little rough on him, but I think it's true. I think I'm going to go Mario Wright. I don't love it, but I would rather. You know what? No, we're playing the Jamie Pryor. 69 overall. Go out there, do some damage. Oh, that's gonna backfire on me so quickly. So quickly. But you never know. All right, corner. Oh, what do I mean, Mills is 1, Douglas is 2, Archer 3, that all fixes itself. And now we have problems. Honestly, I mean, John Farmer is just too slow. His speed's a 75. Yeah, I think I just go for the man coverage ability of Miller and Bond. Has Landry. Yeah, he's worse coverage guy than Miller. Reeves is a zone specialist, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I think he'll be 6, then Farmer, then Collier. Safety, we're only playing 3. I think I'll go Hargrove 1, obviously. And then, would be a little controversial. I think I'm going to drop Golden all the way out and play the 2 redshirt freshmen, Stahl and Taylor. Because the problem with Golden is, sure, he's my best. He's 79 tackler, but he's worse in coverage. His speed's a 70. Go with Stahl and Taylor. Kicker is Carr. Punter is Carr. Return man. Yeah, Everett Ryan. Was he their returner? He was. He didn't do great, but you never know. All right, that's my depth chart. I think, yeah, it's not good. Our front 7 is probably the worst in the Pac 10. Ojeda is the only one holding that D line group up. Yeah, I think if we, have success in year 1, it'll because we score 35 points again. So, to that end, let's look at the pie charts. Ignore starters by class because that's always wrong. We have 39 freshmen and redshirt freshmen. That'll do. I have 5 senior O linemen, 3 senior wide receivers. All right, let's figure out recruiting. So obviously, we're looking at quarterback. I highly doubt a recruit QB that's so good he would be a starter as a true freshman would even want to come play at Utah, but you never know. But yeah, we definitely need to look at the QB. Running back, I think we're okay. We're going to lose Montgomery, obviously, but we have a couple of younger guys. I'm redshirting Cheney. I think we should be okay. Wide receiver, I think we do need to take a look. I'm losing Ryan, Conway, and McNeil, and we have an air raid offense. Like, come on. I'll look at tight end, but it's not a huge need. O line, yes. Always recruit O line, regardless of what your room looks like. Kicker, eh. I don't know if I'll find anything better than what Jensen will be next year. That being said, his accuracy has not really moved since he's a recruit and his punt power got worse. We'll see. Defensive line, yes. Linebacker, yes. Corner, we might be okay. We're pretty young at corner. We only have one senior, two juniors. Safety, I think we're fine. So I think defensively, really, it's D line linebacker, and then if we find a great corner, huzzah! All right, recommended recruits, talk to me. If I'm already 1,200 points behind on this 5-star, why would I even bother? I'll add this Cheney kid to the list. Oh God, his accuracy is a D plus. What's his potential? D plus? Get out. Eh. Ah, well, there's a kicker. Oh, good. He wants to leave home, buddy. Come on down to Utah, Mr. Webster. But also, I don't know if I feel like competing with all those schools for him. Ooh, Dustin Muhammad, A minus potential, 4-star. That could be a guy. Oh boy, I really don't feel like fighting a lot of these top schools for these guys. Winston doesn't look bad. You are not no lineman. Yeah, like I'd rather have him at D line because his blocking ability sucks, but his tackling block shed's at least at a 70 and 71. Like I can work with that. Scott Cooper, you are a cornerback. Yeah, a lot of these guys were just heavily chasing on. A tight end that wants to be a star is not great for our offense, but I'll take a look. Raul Graves get in the building. Hidden gem corner, sure, why not? I'll look at Leon also. Hensley, no. Lamb, no. Sullivan, probably not. Juco wide receiver wouldn't be bad, but we're like 500 points behind, and yeah, he's not nearly interested in me as much as the other guys. Ooh, Devon Morton we'll look at. Oh boy. Yeah, it's not the greatest group we've ever seen. I think a couple of very interesting QBs, though. Like Cheney, I think could be good, but the problem is he has 91 interest in Wisconsin. Muhammad, 88 interest in TCU, but he really cares about playing time. And with me, he's going to get that. With TCU, he may not. So that could be someone to go after. I'm just going to send all these guys to camp, with exception of Key, because he's the one we are furthest ahead on anyway. You can just get, I don't know, an ace pitch. All right, so recruiting needs I wrote down: QB, wide receiver, tight end, O line. We have no wide receivers yet. Defensively, D line, linebacker, we have a few. Okay, very simple question. Do any 5 stars have interest in Utah? Answer: not really. A couple of 80s, but like, yeah, interest in Notre Dame, 96. A&M, 100. So that's a no. 4 stars, same question. Ooh. Yeah, Cheney, Webster, who are on the list. Sincere Owens, a JUCO QB might not be a bad idea. I feel like Daniel's going to be terrible. Brady Gonzalez. Do I feel like competing with 92 interest Stanford? Sure, why not? I mean, Muhammad has the potential going for him. I see a lot of QBs that know that they may very well play as a true freshman. I'll add Jordan Curriel to the list. Roger Conley's a speed demon. If that strength was higher, Brett Rowland could be an O lineman. Let's get him in. Let's get Bush in. I'll get Bullock. No on Torres. I think the thing with Cheney is it's just not going to be worth the fight. Like, sure, he's got good potential, but his IQ very well could be like a 59. And like, what are we doing at that point? Jennings might not be bad. Barber, you want to be a star, but your strength is a 61. Have you considered improving that in the slightest? All right, let's look at everyone except. My goal is to not recruit many 2 stars because that's what killed the AI in their ranking last time out. Ooh, A minus speed, C minus catching. Get in the building. Edwin Polk or Pike. Doesn't look too bad. Eddie Loya's zone corner. We do need one of those. I think a lot of defensive recruits are rightfully seeing the path to playing time at Utah, and they're like, hey, you interested? To which the answer is yes. Carson Curry is a wide receiver. Could be something there. All right. Our target list is at 26. Keep in mind, 6 of those are QBs, so that is that. But all right, we'll give the best pitch I can to these guys. And then I think we'll do all of preseason recruiting in this episode. Sometimes only do half and then do the rest on stream, but let's go through the process, take our time. See what we got with a lot of these guys. Practice. We'll just auto practice. Oh, God, our defense is terrible. It's fine. Oh, we might need to score 35 a game, which, to be fair, wouldn't be the end of the world. There is also a chance of like at Vandy, we had arguably, not arguably, but we definitely had a top 5 defense in the country, maybe even top 3. And now we're going to Utah where the defense is such a weakness. All right, let's take a good long look at QBs. JUCO potential, I don't care about as much. All right, so of the recruits, I don't think it's worth it to go for Cheney. Like, I got to compete with Wisconsin and Bama, South Carolina behind him. I think he's good, but I don't know. Let me scout both the JUCO guys one more time. And that told me nothing. Nice. Michael Giles. I mean, I don't mind his passing numbers because it's kind of funny. All 3 of them are 75, but his potential just isn't really there. So there is that. Gage Bullock. I don't know. I'm going to send all 4 of them to camp, get a little bit more scouting, and go from there. Let me look at the wide receivers. I don't know any of their potential yet. Well, let's send them to camp. How many O linemen do I know? Oh, Richard Bush. Why has it got to be a C minus? I think Graves, I'm definitely going for. Hidden Gem, B minus potential. Sean Leone, I don't like. I don't like any of these guys, to be honest. Richard Bush is from DC. And he's like, you know what? Oh, yeah, he does not care about proximity to home at all. Yeah, I think I'm out on Bush. I'll leave these guys on and I'll send Jennings to camp. And Roland can be my last camp visit. C minus potential for Morton. That hurts. I'll see what his base speed is, because if that's like a 74, that might be worth it. But we'll see. All right. Do I know anyone's potential is just horrible? Doesn't look like it. Then the JUCO guys. All right. Yeah, I think so. I think next week we'll make our decision for all the quarterbacks, whether I want to go JUCO or get a recruit in. So I think the races will be tight enough that I won't be able to get a recruit and a JUCO guy. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. I will look at running backs since Morton just has quite poor potential to add Connor Ray to the list. Oh boy. We'll add Lucas Pratt. It's a very It's not the most inspiring list anyone's ever seen. JUCO guy wouldn't be a bad idea per se. Oh, good. Your interest in me is 71. Well, it's 88 for Georgia. So I don't think that'll help me much. All right. Let's advance to the summer and take a good hard look at the quarterbacks. Okay. Good news. Our defense is no longer giving up 8 yards of play in practice. It's pretty good. All right, quarterbacks. So let me make sure I know everyone's 3 passing. And I do. Okay. So they're all 4 stars. I think we'll look at the 2 JUCO first. So Sincere Owens, he is slightly more interested in Baylor, but really likes me. Gonzalez, he's a lot more interested in Stanford, a little bit of Cal. I think of the 2, I mean, my problem with Sincere Owens is, great, he has a cannon, but his accuracy is only a 76 and his IQ is a 71. And with that potential, it might not change a bit. Whereas with Gonzalez, I think I can make a lower arm strength work if I got a higher accuracy and good IQ. So I think I'm out on Owens. We're going to leave Gonzalez there. The D potential is annoying. Don't get me wrong. All right. Top level QBs. Do I think Jarrett Cheney is worth the fight with Wisconsin? To which I think the answer is no. Like 85 arm strength as a recruit is nuts. But 68 IQ, whereas Dustin Muhammad, TCU didn't even do anything with him last week. Houston did target player. He's got A- potential. I think I'd rather go for him. Let's take Cheney off the list. And then of these 2 at the bottom, they're both okay. I think Michael Giles, it sucks his potential isn't good. Like if he had B plus potential, I'd be all over him because he has 75s in everything. Whereas Bullock has 75 IQ, 5 worse accuracy, but 5 better arm strength. So it's like, what do you go for? I think the answer might just be neither. I think I'm out on Bullock. Like, do I think Brody Gonzalez could be our starting quarterback next season? Like, Aram Patrick already has a similar IQ, better accuracy, and much better arm strength. So Gonzalez, to that point, feels like kind of a downgrade. Whereas, Muhammad could redshirt for a year and become gangbusters. Man, I like that 87 IQ. I could redshirt him his first JUCO year, but he's got deep potential. So what good is that going to do? Think I'm out. I think I'm going to go for both Muhammad and Giles. I'm going for Giles almost solely because he has 75 and everything, and I kind of want to see how that plays out. But I think Dustin Muhammad, I have to go for. He has A- potential. I agree. The 70 IQ and 73 accuracy is grim, but if he redshirts year 1, I think we could have something there. All right, running back. Let's send these 3 to camp. What's your speed, Morton? Oh, that's a 66. There's really no reason to go for him, unfortunately. Yeah, no. Man, he looked like he could have helped us a lot. All right, wide receiver. All right, Sam Ward has an F plus, but what's his speed? Oh, it doesn't want to tell me. Tell me. 84. Do I justify an F plus recruit with 84 speed? I think the answer is no. Roger Ruff, D potential, D minus, no. I mean, no. I should not talk myself. So I did this at Vandy one year and it backfired completely. I think Roger Conley is worth going after, but neither of these two are guys I think we should count on. To be fair, with Roger Ruff, I accept he has D potential, which I should not go for, but you know, we're the only team in on him. His speed is already good enough where if he gets a couple catching boosts, he could become an okay depth guy. That's how I'm justifying it in my head. To be clear. Tight end, oh, Roland sucks. Yeah, he's got 58 strength. He won't even work as a O lineman. Not with that potential. Get him out. Get him out of here. O line, B plus for Jennings. Hmm. I think I might go for all three of them. In the moment, I'm going to go for all three. What's the kicker's potential? B plus. By God, he's good. Problem is, he's really interested in Washington. I mean, I'll go for him. If I don't get him, it's not the end of the world. I have Jameson. A plus for Javier. Let's send both those boys to camp. And the fact that they both want to be a star is not a problem. Have you seen my D line room? Holy moly, they want to schedule visits already. Okay. Let's all relax. I'm not going to schedule a visit yet. That would be a little crazy. Do I think it's worth it to fight Notre Dame for Winston? Not really. He can't really tackle. He's unathletic. He's never going to be good in coverage. He does have B plus potential. Hmm. I think Curiel I'll go for. Unfortunately, none of these guys. I think let's start. I'll go for Winston. He's got B plus potential. I'm not going to schedule a visit with either of them yet. I don't know if I am that in love with them yet. All right, we'll send Lloyd to camp. Yeah, Caden Martin looks really good. I know his IQ is a 57, but he's got B potential, good coverage already. It's a really good corner. And then Scott Cooper, I can put him at corner. I can put him at safety, no issue. I think that's a good get. All right, so right now I'm at 20. Let's take a moment at the look at the great state of Utah. I'll add Benton to the list. A lot of corners. None particularly that I'm interested in. Juan Martinez. I'll need to see that speed. Giovanni Montero's 89 interested me because that's when I need more linebackers to look at. Oh boy. I'll look at the tight end Carrillo. Any of these guys have a potential? Oh, good. Yeah, good luck. Have fun with that. All right, I can send 2 guys to camp. Let's make it Montero and Benton. Now we can give the pitches that we want. I'm not scheduling a visit yet. I think linebacker next week is what we look at pretty hard. All right. Let's advance the week to the last week of summer. Our defense is looking a little bit terrifying, but that's okay. All right, quarterback. Oh yeah, they don't. None of the other schools care about Muhammad. I think Muhammad would definitely go for. Looks like Louisville might fight us for Giles. The smart move would be just to bail out of the Michael Giles sweepstakes right now. If I'm already getting Muhammad, like, yeah. All right. Michael Giles, the 75 passing king. We salute you. But yeah, Muhammad, we're going for. A minus potential, good passing ability. He'll probably redshirt, which does mean that Iran might be my QB next season too. Oh, Connor Ray's potential sucks. Man. How's the JUCO guy look? What's his ball security? Wow. 68 is low. I'd redshirt him, obviously. I think we'll go for him. Lucas Pratt. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look great. Couldn't hurt, I suppose. Wide receiver, Roger Ruff. What do I do here? What's your speed? I ask again. 80? Yeah. Roger Ruff, I admit, probably a bad decision to go for him, but it'll essentially be an automatic commit, and his speed is already okay, so we'll take the shot. Connolly. I would get the bonus from beating Arizona because it's an interested school. However, I would not get any bonus for it being like a second or third visit. I think that's worth it though. I'll give him a really good pitch too. All right, tight end. I'll go for both. I don't love it, but it looks like UCF is going to fight me for Sawyer. So Carrillo would be a good backup option there. Do I like Jennings enough to fight Rice for him? Think I do. B plus potential. Okay strength, okay run block. Yeah, I think I'll go for all 3 of these guys. Kicker. Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, does he care about NIL? He kind of does. I might pay him $1 million because realistically, if you can get a really good kicker, which Shane Webster is, like, could be worth $1 million. That said, oh no, they can't visit. Okay, I thought they just did a pitch and got 500 points. Ooh, Javier wants the schedule. Let's start building out that Temple game. Linebacker. Okay, let's take a good hard look at these linebackers because I don't think it makes sense to go for more than two of them. I think Edwin Pike. Let's go with Pike. It's almost a guaranteed signature, but he's like the worst of the four. What's his tackling? 70. Man, I mean, none of them are really good at any one thing. They're all very similar linebackers. Honestly, Curiel is the worst. He's just really good at tackling, but I don't know if like he's the one worth going for. Montero, I think I'm willing to fight Arizona State for. He's got high potential, good tackling, block shed pursuit. Just needs to be athletic. Yeah, I think I'm out on Winston. I think I'd rather chase Arizona State for Montero. And then Curiel, he is a 4 star. Like, that's not nothing, but all he can do is tackle. But I think we will try to go for him. Um, let's schedule him for the Temple game. Looks like Air Force scheduled in week 5. I don't love it, but we'll see how it shakes out. Corner. So Loya sucks in terms of potential. What's Benton's man coverage? 74. Yeah. So Loya, I think I'm out on. I know he'd be an automatic commit, but he's got D minus potential, can't tackle. IQ is an F minus. That's not worth it. Benton is only slightly better. He wants to be a star, but he could be. Like, our corner room ain't that good in a couple of years. So I think Martin I'll go after also. He's just really good. And then safety Cooper. It looks like Arizona sent him a visit. So in terms of recruiting targets, I'm at 20. But in all honesty, I'm fine with a small recruiting class. Like, I have nearly 40 guys that are true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. So I'm perfectly okay with this being more or less the group. I do have a lot of camp visits remaining, though. So let me give the best pitches I can. Go back to the great state of Utah. Okay, maybe not the 1 stars. Man, Wisconsin's just going to get Cheney because it looks like Bama doesn't care. You're welcome, Wisconsin. You're welcome. This is just a depressing list. I'll add Sykes. See what his potential looks like. Barry, no. Webster, no. Yeah, I'm essentially going to light camp visits on fire, which is not the smartest thing to do. But that's what we're doing. All right. Let's advance and move on. Preseason expectation. I have no clue what the AD is going to want. 6 games. Okay. In other words, make a bowl game, which I think is doable. Looks like we're facing JMU, who's obviously going to be ranked. Stanford is ranked at the moment, as is Washington. Yeah, I think we can get 6 wins out of this. I think, though, our most difficult stretch is definitely San Diego State, USF, Washington, Temple. I think there's a good chance we only get 1 win out of those 4. But we'll see how it plays. All right, boosters have a running back earn all conference. Maybe. Hold opponents less than 28 points per game. Have 51 or more 20-plus plays. How many did I have last year at Vandy? Yeah, 27. So we're going to need to negotiate that away. Scored 25 points in 3 games. Beat JMU, Stanford, and Texas? No. We're trying to score 25 in at least 3 games. Passed for 250 yards against USF. Okay. Hold at least 3 opponents to 25 points or fewer. I'm okay with those 2. All right, so hold opponents less than 28 points per game, or yards, or third down percentage. "28 points per game might be rough. Our defense is a little shaky, but I think we can do it. Have a running back earn all conference. I mean, I think Montgomery can do it. Oh, yeah, what I forgot to do is make Montgomery the third down back and the short yardage back. I think we could maybe do it with Montgomery. He's got the overall, he's got the ability. Yep. All right, those are the goals. Let's advance to week 1. All right, before we do anything, let's just dive into recruiting again really quick. Can't believe I'm actually going to try to commit rough. Ooh, Sykes has a potential to corner. Oh, my, oh, my. I don't know if it makes sense to go after 3 corners, but here we are. Yeah, I think Benton is the question. Martin, I think we're definitely going for. Benton, I mean, I don't know. I think Sykes is slightly worse, but he's got much better potential. Whereas Benton and Martin occupy a very similar space, and I like Martin more. I think I'd rather chase Utah State for Sykes. Because 3 corners is a lot. Let me look here. Because I have 2 redshirting, but their potential sucks. I have a lot of younger guys. Hmm. Yeah, why not? Let's go for them all. So Sykes, it looks like, yeah, Utah State scheduled to visit week 2, BYU week 5. So think that'll help fill out the Temple game. Benton, let's start getting that USF game going. All right, anyone else schedule visit? Scott Koopa, build out Temple. Lucas Pratt, who I think I'm just going to go for almost out of pity at this point. I'm going to have him come for the Cal game because they're on the list. And then Antoine Benjamin, the JUCO guy, who may very well be terrible, Lou Temple. All right. So let us offer scholarships to everyone. And then we'll just do points ahead for the various guys that we're behind on. We're only behind on 3 players to open recruiting in season, which is pretty good. I can't wait for it all to come crumbling down, but what can you do? Nick, last thing I want to look at recruiting wise is NIL. So who cares a lot about NIL? Jennings, who I don't think will offer. Martinez, I don't think we will. Barber. Sykes could be a guy we offer money to. And then Sean Webster, who, depending on how this battle goes, I could just very simply write Webster a check for $500,000, get 928 points, and then ride off into the sunset. But I think we'll see how the race goes first. Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot of the guys that we're really gung ho for care about money. Malcolm Butler, I might end up offering money to, but that's about it. Okay. Okay. Not too shabby. You know what? Let's play week 1. Let's take on James Madison and see how we fare. I am petrified, but let's do it. Let's get a little game in this offseason episode. So JMU, they have won their conference every year but one in the past 11 seasons. And even then, when they didn't win it, they still made the playoff. They made the semis a couple times. They lost in the first round last season. And now we are taking them on. They are favored 7.5 points. They have one recruit visiting, Harold Manning, 5-star wide receiver. Oh, man, if OSU beats Penn State. Penn State is ranked number 1 in the country? Whoa. Anyway, we have never faced JMU. Let's play a game here. I don't usually play a game at the end of these streams, but let's get one in. We win the toss. We will defer. JMU will begin with the football, and we are going to blitz. and they got 14 yards. We're doomed. Uh-oh. JMU is walking down the field with a will. Good back-to-back stops. 3rd and 11. And it's an interception. Caleb Taylor, the backup safety, gets the pick. Folks, we're going to win it all. And immediately 1 yard rush, incomplete pass. Marshall Conway gets us the first. We're moving. Oh, the sweep there failed, but Everett Ryan gets me the first. Let's party. John Lane is getting handoffs, and Patrick was strip sacked. And JMU recovers. What could have been? Jaden Crum with the sack there. Ronan Bowman with the sack, and they convert on 3rd and 19. That's what I get for doing cover 4 quarters. That is what I deserve. JMU runs it in. They're up 7-0. Not looking great so far for good old Utah. We do convert there, though. All right. There we go. 21-yard pass to Ahmad McNeil over the top. See if we can run the ball here. 3rd and 1. We're running it right up the middle. Montgomery gets me the yardage. Thank you, sir. 3rd and 12. We only get 4. All right. Well, we put points on the board. See if defense here can get a quick stop. They do not. 3rd and 14. Nice try. I learned my lesson. Okay. So we have the ball at our own 8. I'm going to leave chew clock on as Montgomery goes backwards. There we go. First down to Byers. Okay. Let's go up tempo. Let's push the rock a little bit here. The AI still does not understand what I'm attempting. That's fine. All right, we got the conversion. And Dylan Jenkins fumbles. JMU recovers. And they get a touchdown to go up 14-3. Man, that's 2 turnovers now that have destroyed what were some pretty promising drives, you know. All things considered, we will now punt in shame. I mean, our offense has done okay. We just turned the ball over a bunch. 0-yard rush for Lane. Montgomery gets me the yardage. There we go. Rodney Butler getting involved. There we go. 13-yard rush from Montgomery. 6 yards in the air. Incomplete on 3rd and 6. Another field goal. Emilio McClendon with a sack. Come on, defense. Golly. Yeah, I think our defense is a problem. JMU is scoring with will pretty much every time of asking. 3rd and 2, I'm going to run it. Jeffrey Montgomery gets me 10. There we go. McNeil 25. We're moving. The wide receiver mid-screen worked. Third and 4. Let's try levels. It did not work. Realistically, a field goal here doesn't get me anything, so we're going to go for it. 4th and 4. Incomplete. Hey, but corner Gavin Douglas forces and recovers the fumble. We have the ball at the 4, and Jeffrey Montgomery runs it in for a touchdown. Extra point is good. 8-point game. Or at least it was until JMU remembered that they are JMU, and they get a 41-yard pass over the top. All right. All right, well, time to switch up tempo. Will it be futile? Who knows? There we go. We convert the 4th and 4 there. That's big. Or excuse me, the 3rd and 4. 3rd and 11, slot outs. There we go. Everett Ryan gets me 27. Cool. And John Lane goes backwards. This guy's killing me. Man, just nothing but incompletion city. We'll take the field goal for pride. If our defense gets a quick stop, nope. JMU converts with ease. That's your ball game. Man, oh man. Yeah, I think the turnovers are what really sucked. I think that's what kept the game from getting close. I did say, if we don't have Patrick throw like 35 times per game, we might be okay. Well, he threw 48. So there is that. Like, we never got anything going in the run game. Defensively, I mean, 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. Could be worse, but we only got in the end zone once. JMU just completely had their way with our defense. Not a great time. They averaged 8.5 yards a pass. So, we lose by 12. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Don't get me wrong, but it could have been worse. And hey, no one was injured. Huzzah. And we start out 0 and 1. Not great. But alas, here we are. Hold opponents to less than 28 points per game. JMU scored 28. Oh boy, that is funny. All right, let me just check recruiting really quick. We can schedule Webster. I think he can just join the Temple group. Caden Martin can join Arizona State. Or actually, he can join. Well, I already have a corner at USF. Let's just do Arizona State. Sean O lineman can join Temple. Jennings, another O lineman, can join. What do I want? Let's go USF. Malcolm Barber, D line, Temple. Edwin Pack can go Arizona State. And then Carter Carrillo, tight end, Temple. Martinez, wide receiver, Temple. I'm essentially just making Temple like the biggest game ever for all intents and purposes for recruiting's sake. All right. I mean, we're only behind now on one recruit, and that's Giovanni Montero, who we didn't even discover until late in the preseason. So pretty happy with that. Oh wow, Baylor had their visit with Connolly. They blew out Fresno State, but 420 points. It's nothing crazy. That should help us get Connolly. I'm still very tempted to just write Webster a check for like $500,000 and go from there. Would be rather funny. All right. But that is where I will end things for this video. Unfortunate that we weren't able to beat James Madison, but they're one of the best teams in these sims year in and year out. So we will begin Pac-10 play next episode with Fresno State and then back-to-back ranked matchups against Stanford and Arizona. So a lot of opportunity there. I'm excited. I think to be at a new school, new conference that I've never managed before in any of my series, the Pac-10. So that'll be fun. I thank you all for watching. Again, apologies for the lack of episode yesterday, but I tried. OBS was not cooperating. So hopefully we're back to our regular schedule programming soon. So I thank you all for watching. See you next time.